work with.
Yeah.
But I guess to your point, I guess that might just be like that statement also just might be, just how it was in general. We really overall, with the exception of like the last like couple matches, didn't really have like much to work with and get into because how are we gonna go into full detail about like a bunch of 1.5 stars or
Yeah.
and then like it's kind of like I don't want to because I just don't want to be like that negative guy who just always has to like point all that stuff out. If it is, like, we're not going to ignore it, but it's like I just don't want to like be that guy because it's not always fun to do.
No, it definitely is not.
So yeah, I guess now it's probably that portion of the show to run down the usual reminders and of course go through everything. And as I said before, if you get sick of this part, feel free to, I guess, exit or shut it off at this point.
Hit the X if you want.
Yeah, we appreciate the listen regardless, of course, but we get it. It's the same stuff as usual. Every now and then maybe we'll throw like a little extra stuff in there. So let's run down the usual reminders. So next week we'll be back with JNC Rewind number 16. It'll be WWE No Way Out 2008. We have done No Way Out 2000. We've done No Way Out 2001. We did No Way Out 2007 as bonus content. Mm-hmm. And we're going to be doing No Way Out 2008. So that is 4 No Way Out pay-per-views we're going to have done for you guys. And then, of course, we did something a little different here with St. Valentine's Day Massacre. So, switch it up a little bit. Of course, we're going to have our NXT TakeOver Portland review and recap. That'll be available Monday, 11 a.m. Eastern Time. Mm-hmm. So that'll be the other part of our Sunday and Monday shows. So then next week we'll be back with No Way Out 2008 for Jane's Rewind number 16, as I pointed out. So be ready for that. And then also following, we're going to have... originally I was going to switch AEW Revolution 2020 review and recap. I was going to have that, except for that Sunday, of course, the pay-per-view being Saturday night. But that may or may not happen. Of course, that review and recap, that will be done. Like, we will have that for you regardless. Mm-hmm. But I guess the only question now is, are we going to save that for? We're going to have that for the Monday show and just still have the rewind for Sunday. It'd be like a couple days. It'd be Saturday night and it'd be like Monday morning you get the show. But we would have it regardless. But I guess we're still trying to figure out like what we're going to do there or how we're going to get that done. Then, of course, we'll have WrestleMania X7. That'll be the rewind for that week also. So, be our first ever WrestleMania JNC Rewind.
Yeah.
So, then we're going to have that. And then the following week, we're going to have WrestleMania 21. Have that review and recap. And then following that, we'll have our Elimination Chamber 2020 review and recap. Of course, we have a little bonus show actually in between then. Maybe unless we maybe tie it in and we do. I was thinking we might tie in our Elimination Chamber review and recap with a little JNC Radio that week, only because we're gonna be in Buffalo, New York, that Friday going into Elimination Chamber for Friday Night SmackDown. So,
yes, we are.
So I'm thinking that we may or may not want to include that and do a little something for that. Just talk about our experience at the show.
Yeah, maybe.
So I'm thinking that might be something cool to do. And also, a couple weeks later, we're going to be at AEW Dynamite Live. So
they're going to be in our hometown, so...
Absolutely. Super excited for that.
Yeah, same.
So I'm looking forward to that a lot. So I feel like we should probably talk about that as well.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Give us a topic.
So we definitely got some shows.
Then WrestleMania 23 and 24 will be coming to you on March 15th and 16th. It'll be an all WrestleMania set of shows. We're going to give you 2 rewinds that weekend. We're going to give you 23 and 24. Mm-hmm. Then next week we'll be back with another edition of JNC Rewind. Of course, that'll be WrestleMania 10. And then we would have JNC Rewind the next day, but we're thinking maybe that's the one where we may replace that radio as well and then do the 15 one and get it in there. Although I also was thinking about at some point, since the anniversary of the it'd be the 18 years since the first ever draft was done. I thought about maybe doing a little something for that too, possibly.
Oh yeah.
Actually, I was planning on doing that, but we'll
We'll
we'll find a way to get that in
Yeah,
there.
we'll cross that bridge when we get there.
Then we'll be back the following week with WrestleMania 19. That JNC Rewind, quite possibly my favorite WrestleMania of all time. Then we'll have, of course, JNC Radio that week for sure, because that'll be the week before NXT TakeOver Tampa Bay and WrestleMania 36. So a lot to talk about there. Then, of course, the next week for that Monday and Tuesday, Sunday and Monday, we're gonna have NXT TakeOver Tampa Bay review and recap. We're gonna have WrestleMania 36 review and recap. Guaranteed that'll be the longest show we've ever done.
Oh hell yeah!
Maybe even a 2-hour show. Who knows?
Maybe.
Not saying it'll happen, but regardless, that'll be the longest show ever, guaranteed. Then we'll be back. We do have the rest of the April lineup set up here, so I'll just run that down. We'll have JNC Rewind, WWE Backlash 2008, and then we'll have JNC Radio, followed by an All Impact Wrestling / TNA weekend. We're going to be doing TNA Lockdown of 2009 on the 19th, followed by on April 20th. We're going to have Impact Wrestling's Rebellion. And then the next week, we're going to be back with JNC Rewind with ECW Barely Legal, the first ever pay-per-view in ECW Extreme Championship Wrestling history. And then we'll probably follow with JNC Radio there or something else. But we will have some content. That is the plan. So I hope you guys like the show. Be sure to, as usual, follow us on all of our social media platforms, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Twitter and Instagram, JNC Radio, JNC_radio. That is JAND and C_radio. Of course, like our official Facebook page. Of course, those are the best places, especially Twitter and Facebook, to find daily updates for JNC, whether that be links to catch the show if you haven't already, or if just updates about upcoming programming and future content. Of course, check out the JNC Radio website at JNC. What am I saying? It's not a handle. JNCradio.weebly.com. Yes, go ahead and check that out. I do this every time. I say the same stuff every time, and I can't get it down.
Hey, it's all right. We'll get it down.
What is wrong with me? Yeah, so be sure to do that. Of course, on there it has the originally scheduled lineup. Of course, it does say up at the top, schedule is subject to change. So if we do decide to change things up, we are not liars. Because we said that there was a chance that things could change. Times change, people change. We also have an episodes page on there, which is basically like an archives page for our show, where it has direct links to every single show that we have done. So if you are still trying to figure out the right ways of trying to find our shows,
just type on our website.
Just go to the episodes page, scroll down, pick whichever one you want, click the link, and it'll direct you over to Spreaker.com, which is basically like the home of JNC Radio, because of course we're on all different kind of platforms and stuff, but that's where the show initially, airs from. So
they better fix that 4-second video stuff, man.
Oh yeah, because we pointed out. I think it was the last one we did. At the end, we pointed out that for whatever reason, we get like these short clips of like these 4 9-second like videos of us basically
our outros.
Of our outros. Why? I don't understand it. I almost feel like deleting them, but I kind of keep them up there just because I think it's kind of funny.
Yeah, but like it would make it felt like you might as well keep them at the moment, because like what's a show without an end?
True. I guess, but or just keep it up there to prove a point. And of course, as pointing out the part where we're on all different platforms, we're on all major platforms, including Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Castbox, Podchaser, Podcast Addict, Deezer. I don't know if I said iHeartRadio already.
Yeah, you did.
I did say iHeartRadio.
You did.
Whoops. We're on Spreaker.com, as we pointed out. We're also on YouTube. We have a YouTube channel that is just JNC Radio. Go ahead and subscribe and check that out. Another great way of listening to our show and our program. So
Yeah, and basically, my personal favorite on the spot is Spotify, in my opinion.
All of them work.
All of them do work, but that's my personal preference.
Yeah, I'm an Apple Podcast guy. I do like Spotify too. Especially for the I like it all. It's of course Spreaker.com. You can't go wrong with that. But be sure to follow us on Spreaker.com as well. Like we'd like to get the following up on that page. You'd like to get that going a bit. Of course, follow us on Spotify as well for the Spotify users. And for an Apple Podcast user, I did say subscribe to our YouTube channel. Subscribe to us on Apple Podcast.
Yeah, I mean, we need the
support and the love.
Yeah.
And of course, speaking of support and love, feel free to continue the support of the show by telling your friends, family, loved ones, people you care about. Tell them all. Tell them about the show. Put them on.
Get them hooked.
Yes.
So they can tell their bosses and their coworkers and
spread the word.
And their friends, if they have friends. No, I'm kidding.
But yeah, this is all we got for you guys for this one. Hope you guys liked it, and I think that's all we got.
Take it easy.
Peace.